All right, Joe. So the people actually wanted to know recently why we do what we do. What the motivation behind what we think we're sort of contributing to society, what we're kind of shining a light on in the culture. So I thought you might have some thoughts on that.
People told us not to go to Watts and, go down there with all the rappers and stuff and Nickerson Gardens, and it's like, those guys are cool. Like, I consider those guys my friends. Like, those guys were nice to us and we were nice to them and we had a good time. And unfortunately Corona kind of separated us apart, but at the same time, like, everybody that we told we were going to go there was like, no, don't go there. You're white. You can't go to Watts. And I was like, that's stupid. That's the problem right there. The problem right there is you think you can't go there or they can't come to fucking Costa Mesa or wherever.
I personally think y'all should stick around. I think y'all should stick around for everything we do.
I guess it's kind of like shedding light on, like, people say, oh, you can't do this, and it's like, yo, you can, and it will work out fine. It's just that people just need to have common sense. People these days are just retarded.
I see it in sort of multiple layers. There's like the individual layer of why I do it and why it benefits me individually, which is like, I see it as like any other art medium, like music. Music seems to be a more like respectable medium for channeling your emotions. But I see like we have more like punk rock episodes and then we have more like jazz episodes, Like the episode that we just recently did where I smashed all this stuff, that was a punk rock episode because it was just pure visceral emotion, and the one where we wreak havoc on the neighborhood and we smashed the phone with the baseball bat, that was another punk rock episode. And people they tend to think of YouTube as sort of like a low brow form of art.
Would you rather get some head or would you rather get some pussy?
But I think that in that low browness, in that like directness, you can kind of cut out a lot of the bullshit. You know what I mean? It's very visceral. It's very in your face. It's very like love it or hate it. And it's very real. Like the interactions that we have with the world, like, like within us, like being angry, like that lady talking to us at the checkout, being like, hey, when I'm angry, I smash my head against the wall. That's a peek into somebody's life, Mm-hmm. And I think that's a very valuable thing. And we all store up emotions in life because in polite society, we can't just go smash stuff, And this is a cool avenue for me to do things that I don't normally get to do. I never would have done stand-up comedy.
So, it's in my ass. Weird sensation. I don't know if any of y'all have ever done this sort of thing.
Except for the show. Yeah. I never would have. We never would have gone to Vegas and had all that fun.
We never would have gone to Watts.
We never would have met those cool rappers. There's so much stuff that I never would have done. Oh, I never would have gone to the Volcom skate park. I never would have seen any of these cultures if not for,
It's fun, dude. And I mean, we fuck with people, but it's just out of good fun. It's like good fun. People just are afraid these days. Everything offends everybody, and it's like sometimes you just got to push past that and you'll be okay.
So that's...
Or embrace it.
Yeah, of course.
I think we embrace it.
Do people like being offended, honestly? Like, it's refreshing when you say stuff that's, like, societally, like, people don't normally say, People find it refreshing, I think, especially in this day and age when everybody's all like, what can I say, what can't I say? It's like, yo, we'll just say whatever, who cares? As long as you're my homie and I got love for you,
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter how I say things. Now, here's the thing. That's just the personal level of why I do it. I think a large part of the show is like a study of American culture. Like, we go to all these different places, like you're talking about, Nickerson Gardens, we go to the stand-up places. These are all different cultural institutions where, like, people spend their whole lives, and people spend their whole lives honing their craft of comedy, honing their skateboarding abilities, and because they do that, they put so much time into it, a culture develops around that, and you can sort of, like, look into that culture. You're funny, Joe. You're a funny guy, Joe.
Thanks.
I don't know if you remember this, but the original reason I wanted to start this show was to just be like, oh my God, this guy is so funny, the world has to see.
Yeah, because they didn't know about anything.
Because Joe didn't know about all the social justice terms like, microaggression. It was hilarious.
I still don't really understand most of them, to be honest.
Yeah, so like I was like, let me take him to the campuses and like have the kids teach him and film it. But like, even, besides all that, you're just a funny dude. People love hanging out with you. And this show offers people a way to sort of like feel like they're hanging out with their friends, especially during quarantine, and all this.
Kicking it with the boys.
Kicking it with the boys, exactly. It gives them like a simulated sociality sense,
Cheers to that.
Where it's like, when I have so much fun making the episodes, so much fun, and I always push myself. This is another thing that I think really helps me. Like where I had to go jump in that pool that one time, and the people had just told us not to. Like, I was scared shitless, you know? And I had to be like, all right, I got to push through the fear, you know, it's for the episodes, for my art, you know? And so then I went and I did it. And that is so valuable. I don't even know if I get those types of experiences with music as much, you know? Like, in some ways, this art form, I think, is just as valid and should be held in such as high regard as music.
Are you the Jimi Hendrix of YouTube?
I'm not even the Jimi Hendrix of guitar. Jimi Hendrix is. But no, I'm not the Hendrix of YouTube. But anyway, I said the only reason I compare it to music is because I'm a musician and I've made music since I was a little kid, and I know music really well. I know the mechanics of it. I know, like, you know, I know what I like in music. I know what moves me. I know what is effective to me when I hear certain types of music and when I'm composing certain types of music. And so I try to bring that same sort of like analysis to Joe and Matt Save America, the pacing of the episode, like the act structure, like, oh, first we're gonna set this up and then we're gonna go find some misadventures and then we're gonna, like, it's a morality play, like I always say.
Yeah, or like when we went to, where did we go in Santa Ana? Didn't we do something in Santa Ana?
The homeless episode.
The homelessness episode, yeah, that was big. That showed a whole culture. That was some wild shit. People would never see that. Very few people see that.
Tell me more about what you get out of the show, Joe.
I love it. I think I don't know, for me it's like, it lets me express myself and just kind of like lets people into my mind, I think, a little bit more. And it's like, I've always kind of not given a fuck, and a lot of times I have to give a fuck because of like society standards, and this kind of allows me not to give as many fucks. So I like that. It also lets me like meet a bunch of new people from all walks of life.
Fucking dumb fat fuck. Yeah, you fucking piece of shit. You want?
Quiet.
Yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do, old man? Get the fuck moving.
Which is fun. And I have a blast making it. Like, the best part for me is just making the episodes. They're fun. We have a lot of fun, and I love like talking to people and like fucking whatever it is. Like earlier today, I scared the shit out of our waitress. That was pretty funny.
Do not. There's a bird right in your chair.
Stop. Oh my god. Have a great.
Sorry, I just scared the shit out of you. I'm sorry. Scared the shit out of me. For a lot of people, it's like people like it because people want to know somebody that they're like local, that they've like can kind of relate with. So I know a lot of people that I know that watch the show go, oh yeah, I like it, you know, I was laughing, or, you know, this is what I like, or like this is what I like, and it's kind of nice to hear other people appreciate it. You know, people I know some people who watch it religiously. You know what I mean? And some people really like it. Some people hate it. And you know, to those people, sorry, you can't please them all.
It's definitely, that's why it's a polarizing show, and a lot of my friends, even in my music friends, they don't like it, and I understand why. But I also think that there's something that they're missing. Like, there's a reason that I want to do this. That's not just like being an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. People are just assholes in general. Nobody wants to hear anybody else's point of view or opinion.
Well, if you guys have any more questions, we'd love to answer them. We love talking about this sort of stuff. We love you guys. Thank you for supporting, because if we didn't have the support, we would be nothing. We'd be nothing without you. We'd probably still be doing this, honestly, even if there was nobody watching, because we just love it.
Because we do like it. But we salute you.
We'd rather have a billion fans, so tell your friends about it.